Hello, it's Paige Green from Paige Green's Tutoring, and today we're going to be having a look at factorising when we've got negatives and positives involved. Now, just like our previous session, we're first going to be having a look at finding numbers that multiply together to give us one number, but add together to give us another. But this time we're looking at when we've got some negatives involved. So, we want to find two numbers that multiply to give negative 14. So let's list some factors. Now we need to be careful when listing factors for negatives. So let's think we could have -1 and 14. However, we could also have 1 and negative 14. So we could have -1 and 14 to give us the negative, or we could have +1 but a negative 14. So it's just about being really careful listing our factors. So likewise, we could have 2 and -7, or we could have -2 and a +7. So it's just about making sure that you're giving 1 a negative each time. So you're essentially getting double the amount of factors. So now let's have a look at which add together to give us -5. And this is where we have to be really careful again. So we've got -1 add 14. We've got 1 add -14, 2 add -7, and -2 add 7. Now, -1 plus 14 is 13. 1 add -14, that's essentially the same as doing 1 take away 14, is -13. 2 add -7 is like doing 2 take away 7, which is -5. And then -2 add 7 is 5. So carefully selecting your factors here. I want them to add together to give me -5. So it's 2 and -7. It's really important you're getting those negatives the right way around. Let's have a go at another one. Multiply for -20. So we've got -20 and 1, or 20 and -1. We could have 2 and -10, or -2 and +10. We could have 4 and -5, or -4 and 5, and that's about it. So now, again, super careful when we're adding these. So making sure we're writing those out first, and just making sure each time that you're putting those negatives in the right place. Oh, see, nearly made a mistake there myself. Amazing. So let's have a go at adding them. -20 add 1 is -19. 20 take away 1 is 19. 2 take away 10 is -8. -2 add 10 is +8. 4 take away 5 is -1. -4 add 5 gives us 1. So you can see how each time we're getting a positive and negative version of the number. So, which add together to give me -1? It would be -4 and 5, because they add together to give me that positive. I don't want 4 and -5, because that would give me a negative number. So it's about being really careful when you select these. What I would like you to do is pause the video and have a go at those two questions on your own. Press play when you're ready to check your answers. Okay, so -40 then. Let's have a go at listing some factors. So we've got 1 and -40, or -1 and +40. We could have 2 and -20, and then making sure to swap the negatives around. We could have 4 and -10, or the 4 could be negative. Our next one, we could have 5 and -8, or -5 and +8. And I think that's about it. So let's have a go at adding these together. So 1 plus -40, and the opposite way. So let's do those first. That gives us -39 and +39. So that can't be it. Let's have a go at that next one. So we've got 2 add minus 20, and minus 2, add 20. So that would give us negative 18, and that would give us positive 18. So it can't be that because we're looking for a negative 6. Next one, we've got 4, add minus 10, and minus 4, add 10. Now 4 take away 10 gives us minus 6. Minus 4 add 10 gives us 6. So we want the negative 6, so it must be 4 and minus 10. Again, really careful, make sure they're right. If you had minus 4 and 10, that wouldn't be correct. It has to be that way around. Next one then, so we've got 32, so we could have 1 and 32, or we could have positive 1 and negative 32. We've got 2 and 16, well, minus 2 and 16, making sure to assign both of those a value. We've got 4 and minus 8, or we could have minus 4 and 8. And then I think that would be it. Okay, now let's check which add together to give us 4. So minus 1 add 32 and 1 add minus 32. So we're going to get, here we're going to get 31, and that's a positive. And here we're going to get that negative 31. So it can't be that because we're looking for 4. Next one, we've got minus 2 and 16 and 2 and negative 16. This one here would give us a positive 14. This would give us negative 14, so that can't be it. Last one here, we've got 4 add negative 8, and then we've got minus 4 add 8. Now 4 add negative 8 gives me minus 4. Minus 4 add 8 gives me positive 4. So here, it's minus 4 and 8. So it's really important you get them the right way around. Let's have a look at how we can apply this skill then to factorising some quadratics. So exactly the same as before. The two numbers have to times together to give me my final term, and then add to give me my middle term. So if I times numbers together, let's have a look. These would be my factors here. Making sure each time that I'm given one of the factors a negative and then swapping it over. Okay, so they're my factors, and then remember you've got to try adding them together to see what value it gives us. Making sure each time that your negatives again are in the right place. Adding these together then, so we would get 17 and negative 17. Here I would get minus 7 and 7. This would be 3 and this would be negative 3. So the numbers that we want are minus 2 and 9, because that's the one that gives me the positive 7. So in my brackets, using what we did last session, it instead would be minus 2 and a positive 9. So you're getting some negatives in your brackets this time. And we're going to apply the exact same logic to the next one. So they have to times together to give you your final number, but add for your middle number. So I'm just applying that same process again, making sure I'm swapping that negative between the factors as I go through. So we've got 7 and 4. And I think that would about be it. So let's add them together, making sure our negatives are in the correct place each time. So let's go through and add these. So this would give us 27. This would be negative 27. This here would be negative 12, positive 12. Minus 7 add 3 is minus 3. And this would be positive 3. So we're after that minus 3. So our numbers are minus 7 and 4. So again, in my brackets, I'm going to pop those in. So I've got minus 7 and 4. So what I would like you to do now is pause the video and have a go at those two questions. Once you're ready to mark those, press play and we'll go through them. Okay, first one, you're looking for two numbers that multiply together to give you -45 and add together to give you 4. Now, I'm not going to go through all the factors, but the factor pairs you should have concentrated on is these two. When I add them together, this one is going to give me 4, and this would be -4. So because I'm looking for that +4, your numbers you should have picked are -5 and 9. So in your brackets, x -5 and x + 9. Next one, we're looking for two numbers that times together to give me -36, but add together to give me -9. So again, I'm not going to go through kind of all the examples, but the two factors that you should have been focusing on are 3 and 12, making sure one was negative each time. So when you add these together, this one would give you 9, this would give you -9. So your two numbers are 3 and -12. So in your brackets, you should have got x + 3 and x - 12. And it doesn't actually matter which way round they are. So if you got x - 12 and x + 3, that is still completely correct. So hopefully you found that video useful. We're going to look at the final example of factorising in our next video in terms of the coefficient always being 1. And that is when we've got, a positive at the end and a negative in the middle, taking it up that step further again. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.